Hello everyone. If you have been watching my videos, you will know that I did a Christmas in July destash series. So I've completed that destash and I am moving on to the second phase of cleaning up my craft room and getting rid of items. And for several years, probably the last 5 to 7 or maybe even longer years, I have been collecting items to do junk journals. I've been wanting to put some together for myself, and I've just been too busy and have not had an opportunity to do that. So I have been honest with myself, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't know when I will be able to do any projects like that for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and let some things go. So I have 2 Christmas junk journals that I've put together, and I really focused more on embellishments and trims than giving a bunch of paper items, which I have included paper items, and I will go through everything shortly, but I focused more on giving trims because I do have a lot of really unique trims that I love and I want to share since I have not been able to use them myself. So this is what you will get, and I will go through everything. Everything will be shipped in a medium flat rate box. It completely fills the medium flat rate box. So you will get, let me just move some of this over and we will get started. So I will start with the book that you will get, and this is an encyclopedia. You can see it has a very thick spine, so you have plenty of room to make a bulky journal, and the pages are intact. If you want me to take the pages out, I can do that for you. Just let me know. If you do not specify, then you will receive the pages inside the book. I wanted to show you this. These books have really cool maps that fold out. I believe, if I am not mistaken, the books are from the early 1900s. I looked at the date a while back, and I believe it's somewhere around there, 1908, 1915, something like that, 1907. There we go. So these are very old, from the early 1900s, and throughout the book you'll find these fold-out pages, and I did notice that most, if not all, of the books have those, and they're all throughout the book, so you'll receive several. There's already 3 right there that I found in this particular book. So there's another one. If you do travel journals, that would be great for that type of journal. Here's another one. So let's see here, and there we go. There's another one. So that's the book you'll be getting. Let me tell you the size in inches. This is a little less than 8.5 by about 10 3/4. So it's a fairly large book. So both kits will have an encyclopedia, and I'll just grab one. I don't think it really matters what letters or volume you'll receive. So there is that. Then the next thing that you will receive, and you will get this container, it is an organization container full of embellishments. And both of the kits, right now I have 2 kits prepared and ready to ship. Both of the kits will have basically the same items, except for there may be some different jewelry pieces because I didn't have 2. And then some other little items here. I guess that would be considered jewelry, but it's a pen. I did not have 2 of these, so I tried to find 2 similar items so each embellishment box would have about the same items in there. So let me go ahead and get started and show you some of the items in the box. And I tried to stick with a red and green theme, and I included some gold and silver. I just tried to stick with a traditional Christmas theme and color scheme. So here's some, I'm guessing this is embroidery floss. I'm not sure how much is here, but I did give a green and a red for each kit. So then we have, I don't know if this is plastic, but it's kind of a flower, so I thought that would make some sort of cute embellishment. Then I did include a few handmade embellishments. This is just a little Christmas tag that I made out of an old playing card and just did a hand-stamped image of to and from. So I had these laying around, and I thought that would probably be cute in the junk journals. So then I also had some confetti. It's Christmas confetti. It's punched out of some old Christmas music sheets, and I believe there was some sort of Christmas magazine or something that I used, some construction paper, and I believe these right here are some old wrapping paper. And now that I see these, I believe I still have some of that wrapping paper, and if I do, I'm going to include it in the kit. I did not include it and I forgot all about it, but I'm going to check and see. So there may be some additional items that I will throw into this kit. Then we have some of these vintage, I'm guessing they're leaves for a flower. You can make some sort of, let's see here, some sort of rose or something with it. Just for an example, if you would take this crocheted flower and put on it, it would give you kind of like foliage for a flower. So I included a couple of those. And I don't know what these are. I think they might be Christmas seals. I'm not sure. I believe they're vintage, but I gave both kits a gold one and a silver one. They're really pretty. I thought that would make nice little embellishments. So both kits will receive 3 red crocheted flowers. Each kit will receive a buckle. I did not have 2 of the same style, so they will be different. Actually, this is what the other kit has, a red one. So I included some brads, a little bell, snowflake brads. This is really cute. It is a little stocking with some, it's like a little shaker. Nothing moves in there, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. And it has some little sequins and little things inside of it. So I thought that was adorable. Some little red flowers. I believe there's one other flower in here. There it is. We have some tiny little bells. And then this is another embellishment that I made with an old key. I painted and distressed and used some sort of technique and paint on the key, and then just sprayed some seam binding and some vintage ribbon with angel mist, I believe it's called. So I included one of those. This is one of those fancy ornament hangers, so I thought, you know, possibly you could do something with that. Here is a cardinal brad. Cardinals are kind of synonymous with Christmas. And actually, there should be one cardinal and one truck. Here we go. And then you get one little red truck. That just reminded me of those old-fashioned trucks with the tree sticking out of it, so I thought that might be a cute embellishment to, or brad to include the embellishment kit. So then in this box or space, I included, oh, there's another bell. There's a silver bell. And then some tiny little green rhinestone bits there. They're very tiny. Hopefully you can see that. So you got several of those. And I included some little iridescent beads. They already have the eye pin in them, so you can just use them as a dangle. These are cute. They're nothing fancy, just a little cute ring. I thought you could use that for an embellishment. A rhinestone button. A bit of, this is either a bracelet or a necklace or something, but a vintage rhinestone jewelry piece. A couple acrylic bows. Another one of those iridescent beads. And then this really pretty, looks like Aurora Borealis crystal. It's not, but I'm guessing it's not, but it's really pretty, and so I wanted to include that. Then we have an assortment of beads here and jewelry pieces, so you'll just get all sorts. I really dug deep into all of my supplies and wanted to give just a unique variety of bits and pieces for you. And I really like this bead. It looks like a piece of candy. A piece of that old-fashioned Christmas candy. Here's a cloisonine bead. So it went with the color scheme, red and green. And here's some gold filigree beads. And just an assortment of different red and green beads in here. And some of them are semi-precious gemstones. So just an assortment there. And then in this spot, there is one of these. It's a seal, but it's like the wax kind that you melt and press, but it's actually fake. So I thought that would be cute. Here's a little gingerbread man, a couple little ornament stickers, and then I included one of each color. It says that it's sequins. It is vintage. It's old. But I think what it is, back in the 40s or 50s, they took this and they put pins in them and stuck them into like styrofoam balls or something. I think that's what it is. But I thought those would go great with making some sort of embellishments. Then I found these little green stockings. And then just some hand-punched confetti here. It's little red and white snowflakes, and this is vellum paper. All right, so then over here we have some iridescent trim, and I tried to, for the most part, give at least a yard or two of the trims that I included in this kit, but if I didn't have enough, I couldn't do that, so I just divided it into each kit. So there might be a yard here, there might be a little bit less than a yard on this one, but the majority I tried to give at least a yard on all the trims. So in this spot we have several buttons. In green, there's a metal one, some gold, red, just all sorts of different buttons. And then here we have this vintage green, oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's like, it's not foil, but I thought it would make some really cute embellishments. Or, you know, I've seen some people sew it and make a border or something on a page, so I just thought that would be really cute. And in this spot, I just grabbed a handful of game pieces. I did not sit there and pick out any certain letters or numbers because I just figured that would take too long, and I just wanted to quickly throw some of these together. We have some paper clips, gold binder clip, And then down here in the bottom, I included some red and green, I think they're for bingo, if I'm not mistaken, but I thought somebody could use that to make a really nice embellishment. And then the last area here, I just purchased these from, I believe it's Factory Direct Craft, if I'm not mistaken, and they were a little bit smaller than what I thought, which is okay. I think they'll probably work great for embellishments. I was just thinking, you know, maybe sticking cardstock or something in there and then adding some different things to it to make it a cute little embellishment. So I wanted to include one of those. Also a tiny little card. I believe that's red. Sometimes I can't see colors very well, so it looks red to me, so I'm including that. A few stamps, a vintage Christmas tag. Oh, actually 2 vintage Christmas tags. And then some other bits and pieces. Here is a Santa brooch, I guess you could call it. A little candy cane. Here's another little brooch or pen. It says Merry Christmas. I thought that was adorable. And I was really excited when I found this, and it was years ago, and I just really wanted to make something with it, and I just haven't had that opportunity, so someone else will have the opportunity, hopefully, to make something cute out of it. This is a little button cover, so I figure you could probably pop that off the back and then use the little snowman. And then here's a little Santa charm. And this is one of those pins. I cut the pin off the back and thought, you know, you could probably epoxy it or glue it to something to make a cute little embellishment. And then I included several charms, and I believe each box got the same charm. So you'll get a snowman, a wreath, a Santa, and that looks like a little ornament. So that's what you'll get. And this is cute. This is a little gingerbread man. I thought that was adorable. And oh, this looks like more beads there. So that is what you will get in your embellishment box to create with and to make your journal beautiful and to make it your own and to play with. So I thought that was a nice selection. And let me just show you, that's for one kit. This is for the second kit, and I just want to show you kind of the difference in the embellishments. This is the second kit, and it will have one of those Christmas tree pins. I took the back off. It will have a wreath brooch, one of the Christmas button covers, but it's a train. And here is a charm, a Christmas tree charm. This one also has the candy cane. It also has the same 4 charms and the gingerbread man. Here is the Santa piece that I gave this kit. And other than that, the charms are the same. I believe everything else is the same. The buttons probably are a little different. I tried to keep them the same, but I can see right now I did not have one of these in the other kit. So there's a few buttons that are different, but for the most part, I tried to divide it up equally to have similar items. This is different. This kit will have just this one gold dangle. And then you do get, I believe this is some sort of semi-precious gemstones. So I'm not sure if that really goes with the kit, but it's green, and I thought somebody could do something with it. And if not, you know, there's plenty of items here that you would not have to use all of this for this particular kit. I mean, there's so much you could share. You could make a couple different kits. You can use the items really just for about anything. So there is that. Now let's get into the trims that you will be receiving. And here is the first stack. All right, so And as I said, most of these I believe are at least a yard or more. There's that one. And most of them are vintage. So you do have quite a variety. This is one of my favorites. I thought this was adorable. And then here's a similar one with Santa. And this is holly with some lace around it, and I thought that was just beautiful. Here is a green with some lace on either side. Here's some flocked red. Some green with Christmas trees. Here's some flocked green. Here, I thought this was really pretty. It's red, and it's kind of foil. I've never seen anything like this. It feels like it's kind of got a foil texture to it. Here's some red trim, and this one I only had enough this much right here. So I divided it into both the kits. So unfortunately, of this particular lace or trim, that's all you will get, and the same for this one. And then we have some red and green and gold. All right, so you will also get, this will be 2 yards of the red lace. I just picked this up. I thought it was beautiful. It has a very red, vibrant color. So I wanted to include a little bit of that. Okay, and this is adorable. I've had these for years and have wanted to use it. It is bias tape, and if you can see that, there's little Santa Clauses all over it. So I thought that was adorable. And then you will get a piece of this pom-pom trim. Some white rickrack. You will also get some green rickrack. And I've tried to put some of this trim on a bingo card. I made little cuts. If anyone has a better idea on how to wrap some of this stuff, I would love to hear your secrets or your ideas, just to keep it more organized. So there's, on this bingo card, there's some red, I guess, cording, some green rickrack. There's a couple different yarns here. This is eyelash trim, and then this, I don't even know what this yarn is called, but there was some green in it, so I thought, it's very soft. I thought I would include that. And then this is just beautiful. And it was a recent find at, I believe, a thrift store or an antique mall, if I'm not mistaken. And so I thought I would share that. And it's very soft and it's really pretty. So you will get that. You will also receive this wide lace. And I believe there's at least a yard, if not more, of that. You will get this larger piece. And I don't know if this was a curtain at one point or a tablecloth possibly. I don't know, but it's really pretty, and I thought you could cut it apart. I know a lot of you out there have great ideas on how to make different embellishments and different techniques for your junk journals. So this is a vintage lace that I recently picked up at a thrift store. So I wanted to share a little bit of that. Here's another vintage lace that I picked up at a thrift store, and this is gorgeous. I love this. So I wanted to share some of that, and I do believe it's about a yard, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this I purchased at an antique mall months back, and there was a basket of these ribbon, and you can tell they're old, and it said that it's 1940s or 1950s hair ribbons. So you can see the aging on there. I thought I would share a little bit of that. It is red. It fits the color scheme. And then we have this gingerbread man trim. And I think it's about 2 inches. Let's see here. It's actually over 2 inches. It's about 2.5. So I thought that was adorable and wanted to include that. You will get one of these lace pockets. I thought that it could be sewn onto something and to make a little pocket for an insert or a tag or something. I thought that would be adorable. I'm including one of these flower appliques. They are vintage. It doesn't really go with the color scheme, but I have so many I want to start sharing those. And I did not have a color in green or white or red or gold or anything like that. So I just wanted to include that. All right, so let's move into the doilies that you will get. Here is one smaller one that I believe I cut out of a larger doily. And then you will get this one. This, I believe, might be an antique one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Has a little bit of aging and discoloration to it, and it's very dainty. Then you will get one of these, and you can see that there's a little bit of aging on this. I was told these are for iced tea. When ladies back in the 40s or 50s had iced tea, they would place their iced tea glasses on these little. I'm going to call it a doily. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but you will get that. Here is another one. You can see there's a little bit of aging on it as well. And then here is a larger one. And then here is another one. And these are all cloth. These are all cloth doilies. So those are the cloth doilies. Now here is a stack of paper doilies that I'm also including. You'll get a heart. And then several different sizes, designs. And I tried to grab 2, but it looks like there might be 3 in this one. So there's 3 of the larger ones. Oh, you will also get, this is wire edged, but I figured I would throw it in. It is Christmas themed, and I would rather throw it in than to throw it out. So hopefully that can get used. Then you will get one of these snowflakes with the iridescent trim on it. Okay, and I want to include this little guy. I made this several years back. I watched a tutorial from, I believe her name is FayChick777, if I'm not mistaken. I will find that tutorial and link it below because I want to give her credit. But these are so cute. I don't know if you can use it in the book. Hopefully you can, but if not, they look cute on Christmas gifts. If you do little baskets or coworker gifts or anything like that, they're bendable, so you can put them around a mug. They're just very versatile, and they're adorable. So I will definitely link her video below on how to make those. Okay, so then we have a packet here of, there's some more game pieces. I had these already made up, so I just grabbed some and thought I would just include those. So you have some little easy money. This is from a 1920s game. I'm not sure what those are. I'm not going to open the package. You have some old poker chips, some bingo cards. There's some other game pieces and cards, so you will get all of that. And it kind of went with the theme too. There's red in there, so I thought I'm going to throw that in. And then the last stack of items is going to be the paper items. So you will get this vellum and gold envelope. You will get 2 of these game cards, and they're so adorable. I actually just purchased these not too long ago. This one is of an elephant ice skating, and then this one says a winter's nap for baby bear. So it's not really Christmas, but it goes with that time period. So I wanted to include a couple of those and to share those. Then we have a couple of Rolodex or index cards dividers, some more game pieces. I I'm not sure what this is. I think it might be some sort of tag. I've had it in my stash for a while. I was going to do something with it, but I thought I would include that because it is the Christmas theme. Here's some gold seals, a tag. Here is a blank bookmark, another tag. I included some frames. You could put these in your junk journals and add photos to them. And I included several of the frames. They're, I believe, intended for your family picture at Christmas time to send out, but they make great frames for journals, so that's what I use them for. So I thought I would include them because they do have the Christmas theme. Another tag, another game card, a red envelope, some vintage receipts, a few vintage notebook paper, and here is a repair tag, that's vintage. Here is a red a CD envelope. There is a craft paper envelope. Here is an adorable, I think I included two, yes, an adorable playing card with a girl under the mistletoe, and these are so cute. So you'll get two of those. Here is a hand-drawn Christmas card, and each, I had two of these, so each kit will get one of these. Here is a layaway ticket, a coin envelope, I believe is what it is. Another small envelope. Here's another coin envelope. Here's a library card pocket. Here is a learning game card or flash card. I have these foam glittery, they're like the Kodak instant photo looking pictures, so I wanted to include one of those. This is really cool, and each kit will get something similar. I did not have two of the same, so they're just really old little Christmas cards, and I believe I saw they're early 1900s if I'm not mistaken. I know I saw some dates somewhere. Okay, this looks like it's dated 1913, so you will get 3 of those, and the other kit will get 3 of something similar. Here is getting ice. So again, it's not Christmas, but it's around that period, so I thought I would include that in there, and I do believe it's vintage. Here is a piece from an old card or something. It says Noel, and it's glittered. Here's a vintage, and you can see the wear around there, or the aging rather. It's a Hallmark, and it is, I don't know the date on it, but it is old. This is an old vintage package tag or gift tag. And this was from, I don't know if you remember Grandpa Pigeons. I'm not sure what year they closed, but that's where this came from. I don't know if that was just a regional store, but anyway, they closed years back. And this is adorable. This is also a vintage Hallmark invitation. I thought that was cute. There's the envelope that goes with it. A few Christmas recipe cards. Each kit will get 1 sheet of the vintage Christmas music sheet. This one is Deck the Halls and Stars of Ice. Here is a green piece of, I guess, cardstock paper. It's kind of textured. And I think this is a frame. You can pop that out and it could be a frame. And the other kit will have something similar, but not exactly the same. Here's some vintage Santa stickers. A few treat bags. Then we have some vintage index cards. Here is a vintage Christmas card. And It is vintage, so it's old. I actually just opened the box. It was a brand new box, new old stock. The envelope is sealed, so with that type of thing, I just like to cut off one of the sides and just use it as a pocket. So I am going to include that as well. Here is a piece of notebook paper, a larger envelope, and this is not a flimsy envelope. So let's see here, Season's Greetings. Hopefully you can read that, but it says Season's Greetings in red and in green. Then we have a larger envelope. I am including some red and white tissue paper. And you will also receive a vintage zipper. I believe the other, I did not have two green. I believe the other one has a red one. And then we have some cardstock papers. I tried to stick with kind of a vintage theme. They are new papers, but I wanted to stick with a vintage theme. This is probably my favorite piece right here. And then you have a piece of Christmas stationery. And I am including a dictionary page. And this one has Christmas on it. And I believe the other package, or the other kit has a page with present on it. So, and I love this book page. The letters are just huge. And then we have some graph paper. Here's some graphed paper from an old Sears notebook. Not sure what this is, but it's some vintage type of paper. Here's a piece from a vintage steno pad. Here's a recycled piece of paper. I believe it's from the early 90s. Here is a contract, a vintage contract. And then the last few items here. Here's a piece of ledger paper. I am including several sheets of vintage wrapping paper. So you will get that. And that. And then this one is by far my favorite. I received it from some items from my husband's grandmother's Christmas stuff. She loved Christmas, and I've been saving it for myself, but as I said, I don't have the time right now, and I want to pass it along to someone. It's so cute, and it's just been sitting in my stash, and I only had a little bit, so I cut it in half and shared it with both of the kits, so it's just adorable. So, as I said, there may be another piece of vintage wrapping paper that I have. If I do have it, I will include it. And other than that, there you have it. That is the Christmas junk journal kit that I have available. I have 2 available. These will go into my Etsy shop. I will put my Etsy shop link below. If you do not have an Etsy account and you are interested in this kit, let me know, and I can just send I can send an invoice through PayPal if that would be okay with you. And other than that, look for more videos in the future. I have other kits to put together. I've been collecting shabby chic, cooking, sewing, just all sorts of different themed junk journal kits that I hope to get together and post those for everyone. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for viewing.